She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. We are very blessed that you decided to join us today, and we hope that you feel blessed when this is all said and done. Here, every single day on the Dani Johnson Show, we are bringing you tips. I don't think I'll call it tricks. Yeah, tricks to the trades of business, money, and relationships, strategies, even places where you can learn how to develop your skills so that you can have the life you want. Are you that person that wants more out of life than what you're living right now? Whether that more out of life is a more passionate, harmonious marriage, your kids who you are really blessed by and feel that you're doing a good job preparing them for the life that they are going to have in the future. If you're not quite where you want to be financially, join us every single Monday. Every Monday on this show, it is Money Monday. On Tuesday, we give you tips that are all work-related, your work life. Friday, we talk about family and strategies to help the life at home get easier and better. So it's relationships with the marriage and the kids. And on Thursday, we bring you some thriving material on those Thursdays so that you can thrive in the marketplace, thrive at home. If you're needing that extra boost of motivation or inspiration or just nice little tactics to help push you through a hard spot in your life, pushing through fear, worry, anxiety. That's when we talk about those things on those Thursday. And then on Wednesday is our spiritual equipping broadcast. So every single day, 5 days a week, we got fresh new content for you. Also, don't forget, we've got a podcast. If you have not yet gotten a hold of our podcast, download the app in your app store for your smartphone. Whether you're on iPhone or you're on an Android, you can get an app to listen to the podcast each and every week. And please rate us and review us. That would be very helpful so that we can give you exactly what it is that more of what you're looking for. So today, we are going to talk about a very important, hugely important subject. For years, we have had our clients say, the single ones, Dani, we need to have a singles event. We need to have a singles, first steps to success training seminar, because we talk a lot about marriage. Obviously, I'm married. I've been sleeping with the same man for almost 27 years. We've got 5 kids, 8 grandkids. We've had successful businesses, and we've had some major failures in business as well. We have totally failed in our marriage, and we have had great success in our marriage too. And so obviously, I'm a big promoter of marriage and working through it, being committed to it, and coming up out of ashes, called your failures, and it turning into something really, really beautiful through hard work, obviously, because marriage is not just something that just falls from the sky and is super easy. But if you're one of those that you have a goal and part of your New Year's resolution for 2018 is to get married, then we're going to get you married in 2018. Yes, and we're going to start today. We're going to start maybe moving some of the things that are churning in your head and in your heart, moving in the right direction so that you can even meet somebody, for goodness sake. And then once you get there, then what do, right? You might also have to burn through some of your fears, worry, and anxiety of picking the wrong person. I hope after today's program, you're going to have some solid answers. And by the way, if you know someone who's single and doesn't want to be, that they actually want to get married, I'm not saying they just want to go date a bunch of people. I'm saying they actually want to get married. They want to be in a committed marriage relationship, having all kinds of fun all over the house and being able to build a legacy together. Then share today's program right now. Share it right now. You can share the link on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. In fact, if you go to our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter right now, which is Dani Johnson Live, find our page and you can share the link that we have already shared to today's program, and or you can go to the website, DaniJohnson.com. The show is actually airing right now on television and all over the radio, but we also have it available on our website where you can have even access to all the archives of, we're talking hundreds of shows that have been aired over the last, long time. We're just going to keep it at that. This show's been going for a really long time. All right, so first thing that I want to know is it your goal? Do you have a goal to get married in 2018? Is this like a priority to you? You just kind of playing around with this idea? Are you really not sure? We had a woman write us a comment, not write us, but leave us a video comment about this particular thing. I want you to go ahead and watch this right now. This is the first time I'm seeing the comment, so we're both going to respond together. Here we go.
So I was sitting in church and pastor was talking about marriage, and I had been out of a marriage for quite a while. It's been now 15 years. But while I was sitting in church, I heard distinctly the voice say to me, Eric will marry you. And I went, oh, I guess I'm getting married again. And his name is Eric. But I said, Lord, the only Eric I know is Pastor Eric, and he's married. So do you mean that Eric will marry me as my minister, or is Eric going to be my husband? And so I didn't get an answer or anything for quite a while. And so I just kept going about God's business, doing my thing and serving the Lord. And about 2 years later, I said, Lord, everybody's telling me to go on Christian mingles and look for God. And he said, I told you who you're going to marry. And I said, well, who is he? How am I going to know who he is? And he said, I gave you his name. His name is Eric. And so I was like, okay, I'll wait for my Boaz, and I will continue to work on myself, my health, my spiritualness, healing my heart, healing past hurts, doubts, trust issues, all of that. And so about a year ago, I was sitting in a church in California, and the pastor said, now greet anybody in front of you and behind you. And there was a very good-looking, bald-headed man in front of me, and I don't look at men, and I went, whoa. Well, lo and behold, he turns around, I said, hi, I'm Janet. He said, hi, I'm Eric. I was like, what? So I was going to talk with him after church, but he was gone by the time, I was able to find him. He was driving out of the church. But I said, Lord, was that my Eric, or was this Eric to see if I'm ready? Because I was. I'm ready. And so I've just continued to do the Lord's work, do my prayer ministry, my bracelet ministry, serving in church, doing the things that I believe God has called me to do. And a person gave me a word 2 weeks ago and said, God has one more thing for you to do, and then your Eric is coming. And I was like, whoa, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. So that's my story. I believe that if God has a person for you and picked out for you, and he's called you to that person, then you don't go looking for him. You don't go marketing yourself. You don't go dolling yourself up and etc. But when I do meet my Eric, the makeup will go on and the nice clothes will come out, because I want him to be proud of who God's put in his life. But at this point, I don't believe that you're supposed to go out and market yourself and doll yourself up and do all of that, especially if God has given you a word for your future mate. So I pray for Eric. I pray for over his job, his family, his travels, his finances, his Christian walk. And I pray that God continue to prepare him for me and me for him. And God bless the day that we get together, because I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm waiting. And if 2018 is the time that my Eric / Boaz walks into my life, I'm ready.
Wow. Okay, well, that is an interesting position now, isn't it? Very interesting. So I love the woman's faith. I think it's incredible that she has that faith. And at the same time, there's one little thing that I'm having a little bit of a hard time with, and that's called the bait and switch. What's the bait and switch? Okay, well, it's this. She says as soon as she meets her Eric, then she will doll herself up. Then she will look like she should for him to be proud of her. If she actually thinks that all of a sudden that habit will be formed after not doing it for how many years? I think she's setting herself up in not the best of way. Not only that, but if you're not looking like you're going to look when you are married, how will Eric even find you? That's another thing to think about. So unless it was God Almighty who said, don't look good and don't prepare yourself as Esther prepared herself for her king, because she did prepare herself for her king. Yes, she made herself beautiful. She made sure that she got herself into shape. She entered in actually a beauty contest. Yes, she entered a beauty contest, and it was in that beauty contest that she was actually picked to be one of the contestants to be the king's wife. It took an entire year of beauty treatments that all of those contestants went through. A whole year of nothing but beauty treatments. Certain foods, certain oils on their bodies, on their hair, made to be beautiful and soft and gorgeous to be prepared to go before the king, where the final night the king would actually pick his girl. Yeah. So I love what she said in a lot of ways. The thing I just don't agree with is not looking the way that she will when she is the wife. She's saying that after she becomes his wife, after she becomes his girl, then she'll start looking the part. I say you better look the part now, otherwise that's a bait and switch, and you're setting yourself up for having to learn a new habit after the fact versus before the fact. So that's the only thing I would say to that. So the question is, are you preparing yourself even with your health? What are you doing to make sure that you're healthy enough to be a wife? What are you doing to prepare your physical body to be able to withstand now a physical relationship that you will, no question, endure once you get married? Not to mention, it's not just taking care of yourself, but now you're going to be taking care of more than just one, but it's you and him. So therefore, you've got to be more physically fit if you plan on being able to handle this type of relationship and this type of responsibility, because there is more responsibility when there's more than one person in the household. There's more, it's double the amount of laundry, it's double the amount of food to prepare. Hello, it's double the amount of cleaning to be done because there's two people dirtying everything up instead of just one. No question. As well as being able to learn how to manage your finances in advance. Get yourself to the place where you are the number one person that a man is actually looking for. He's not looking for somebody that's going to change after she gets married. He is actually looking for somebody that is already the woman he's going to spend the rest of his life with. So don't wait for the change to after. Be it already and present yourself to be that woman already holding down the fort in the home, taking care of the finances, already preparing healthy meals for the future health of this couple. Already presenting herself with self-respect and self-honor, representing her Eric, as she said. Already be his wife before he has even shown up. That's how he'll know he finds her. So that would be my form of advice right there. And by the way, this is not to argue what God has said. If she said that God told her she's going to marry an Eric, I'm asking you, did God tell you how you're supposed to dress? Has he told you how you're supposed to take care of your finances, pay off your debt? Has he told you to make sure that you're healthy physically and healthy strong? You don't want to be the wife that's on 15 medications on the bedstand. Come on, girlfriend. If you're going to enter into a brand new union, a brand new relationship, you want to bring a blessing and not a burden. That's what you want to be, is a blessing. And we are in control as to whether or not we're going to be a blessing or a burden. We really are. And it's all on how we are taking care of ourselves, because that's going to represent the family one day. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more after this.
So you want to get married, but you haven't been able to close the deal, huh? When we come back, let's talk about what's holding you back.
The whole story of how I went from homeless to millions is right here in this book, First Steps to Wealth. I'd love to give you a free copy of this book. Just dial 888-757-8880. You can get your free copy of this book. It's like a real book, my friend. You can get an ebook copy for free right now, or if you'd like to pay the shipping to get this $15 book to your house, I'd be happy to send it to you. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of First Steps to Wealth today and begin on a brand new path of some great success. For families in Santa Pancha, Nicaragua, life is filled with fear and struggle. They don't have enough food for their kids, clean water is hard to find, and they're living in a decrepit, unsafe hovel on top of mining tunnels that could explode and sink at any moment. But a miracle is in the making, and you can be a part of transforming this village. Go to kingsransom.org and click on Santa Pancha to see how you can help. That's kingsransom.org, kingsransom.org, and click on Santa Pancha.
Did you know you can see Dani Johnson live and in person? Go to DaniJohnson.com and find out about our next live event. First Steps to Success. Register today. Call 866-760-8255 or go to DaniJohnson.com/FSTS.
Prior to plugging into First Steps to Success, I was a depressed, hopeless, suicidal drug addict. I had no vision for my life. I absolutely hated people, hated myself. I felt shackled by my debt, and I had toxic relationships. Since plugging in, I've been drug-free for almost 18 months. I paid off nearly $14,000 worth of debt in 14 months. I have completely restored my relationships with my friends and my family. I have a vision for my life now, and I'm actually live and not exist anymore. So I don't know if you have debt or not, or if your life's going perfectly the way you want it to go. But if not, I highly recommend you get registered today for the next First Steps to Success.
Prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, we were just lost. We had no hope and light at the end of the tunnel, and we were drowning in debt. After coming to First Steps to Success and plugging into DaniJohnson.com, our income has doubled. We have paid off over $76,000 of debt in just 45 months. My husband and my communication skills have just raised us through the roof, and my husband has cut back his hours, making more income. If you want results like these, you better get to First Steps to Success.
I have been plugging into Dani Johnson for the last 8 years, believe it or not. And people say, why so long? Well, because there's a lot to do in life, and it has changed every area of my life. My business has exploded. My spiritual life has been unmatched, and my relationship with my wife and my family has just been fantastic. We've paid off over $200,000 of debt in just 2 years. We're debt-free, and I just could not be happier. But if you want to change any area of your life, whether it's your business, your marriage, your relationship with your kids, your financial situation, or getting out of debt, or your spiritual life, I would tell you, you cannot afford to miss First Steps to Success. It's just been a blessing to me and my family. So I really invite you to just get online and get your ticket to the next First Steps to Success. Thank you very much.
Did you know you can take the Dani Johnson Show with you wherever you go? It's never been easier to stay up to date with the latest content from Dani with the DaniJohnson.com app. Watch or listen in the car, at the gym, or on the go. Download it now from the App Store and Google Play and never miss a show again. Your family, business, and bank account will thank you. And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Are you married and happy? Or are you single and whining? Interesting study. Back in the 1960s, it was estimated that married couples made up for 78% of the American households. Now it's only 48%. Yet, 12% of the singles say, I don't ever want to get married. So that leaves a big, giant discrepancy of people who are single and don't want to be. They want to get married. So, do you want to get married in 2018? Come on now, let's get you married in 2018. There could be some things that you are doing, my friend, right now that is actually stopping you from getting married. There is. That's what we're talking about today. Why? Because we believe success is a full picture. Success is not just money. In fact, in some cases, success is not money. Money, in a lot of cases, brings a lack of success in every other area of life. It can actually hurt someone's health. It can actually hurt someone's marriage relationship. It can actually hurt the children. It can actually hurt you so bad that you end up with a heart attack or cancer because of the stress and the pressure. It can actually hurt your lifestyle because you end up with so much junk because you don't know what to do with the money, so you buy a bunch of junk and then you got to manage all the junk. People can become very unhappy when money is the only goal they have to bring them success. I'm talking about a full picture. I'm talking about hot, spicy, amazing. Salsa? No. Marriage, relationship. I like salsa, but we are talking about getting married in 2018. If it is something that you've been whining about, I want to get married, Dani. I'm tired of being single. We just finished the holidays and I was the only single one there again. Well, how are you going to make sure that doesn't happen again next year? Something's got to change, yo. You cannot wait for the man or the woman to fall out of the sky and land on your head. You got to do something. You got to have a plan. So let's talk about that plan. Going over the phones, we got Daryl from Alberta, Canada. Daryl, do you want to get married in 2018?
It would be a good idea. Yes, I need to meet somebody first. So.
Oh, that would be.
At the moment.
That would be a good idea. So tell me, first of all, why do you want to get married?
Well, I'm at the point in my life where I'm fairly well established, and I would like to bring somebody else in and grow together and experience life together.
So what does that look like exactly? Because maybe your future wife might be listening or watching the show right now.
Okay. Well, sharing a home, having kids, perhaps doing business together, and contributing to charities in the area, going and seeing or touring around and traveling a bit, and being an example to others in our area as well.
Okay. So what are you doing to meet a woman?
I signed up again with eHarmony recently, and I started a couple conversations on there, so I'm hoping that'll lead to something positive.
Okay. So you've had a couple conversations.
Yes.
Okay, so you're kind of depending. Now, first of all, I love that you signed up for one of those sites. I have a friend who met her husband through that exact website. I know many people. We have many of our clients actually that I've met at First Steps to Success that literally met their spouse online and have had a great and successful marriage. So what I like about those sites is that you kind of get to cherry pick who you're really looking for character-wise, you know what I mean? What their interests are, what their personality is, and you can find those things. But why only one?
I tried another particular one, and I didn't get matched up with hardly anybody. There's no conversations happening there. Mm-hmm. And other ones, I don't know, because some of them have a reputation of being hookup sites, which is not what I'm going for, so you got to be careful. Mm-hmm. Definitely, I don't want to meet some place. I want someone with character to meet.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's plenty of different options that are out there. I would keep researching, but I know that eHarmony is a great option. It really is.
Long time.
They've been around a really long time. They know what they're doing, and they've got a great platform there, but it's going to take time. So let me ask you this question. How much time per week are you dedicating to meeting the woman that you want to share a home with, that you want to do charity with, that you want to raise a family with, that you perhaps want to build a business with, and that you want to tour around the world with?
How many hours per se?
Per week are you going to spend in looking for this woman?
Well, I'm not sure how to answer that. A few hours a week. I mean, I've tried eHarmony. I'm not sure where else to go on.
Okay, hold on. Let me just go here. Let me go here. Okay, you still kind of have this idea of hopefully having your fantasy just fall into your house and say, hi, I'm your wife. Dude, first of all, when we continue after this break, we're going to drill it down to exactly how many hours you should be spending looking for her. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue after this.
Be sure to tell a friend about the Dani Johnson Show. It just might be the key to the breakthrough they need. More resources, more training, more results. The DaniJohnson.com Insider Membership is your ultimate success shortcut. Get exclusive access to reports, videos, audios, ebooks, cheat sheets, and other training for your personal and professional life. This is truly DaniJohnson.com's best kept secret. Become an Insider member today and get on the fast track to success.
This is your chance. This is your shot. Get your copy of War on Debt right now. There's one waiting for you that has your family's name on it. And inside that package is freedom. Your freedom, your family's freedom is on the inside of that package. All you have to do is open it up, press play, and start applying what I teach you in this program. 888-757-8880. You and I are going to help your family become completely debt-free in the next 5 to 7 years. Just imagine how that's going to feel.
Go to DaniJohnson.com to find out about our next live event. First Steps to Success. Register today. Call 866-760-8255 or go to DaniJohnson.com/FSTS.
My name is Chelsea Drinkard. I am 25 years old and from Tampa, Florida. And like most college students, I was a recent college graduate, got my first big corporate America job that we were told we were supposed to do. But I had a problem. Within the first couple weeks, I found myself crying every single day after work. I thought I was gonna get fired. I was on a path to financial destruction, and I had no idea how to communicate with my family or my boss. Within the very first 6 months of plugging into DaniJohnson.com, War on Debt, and First Steps to Success, I annihilated $2,500. And, weird pause. I also increased my value so much by applying First Steps to Success and what you're about to learn right now, gems, that I was offered a promotion, and I received a 10% increase in my pay. When I did decide to leave, the business, I became so valuable, the CEO pulled me aside into his office for a private one-on-one meeting, asking me what they could do to keep me. Not only that, since then, I've just started, through War on Debt, I'm hosting War on Debt weekly classes. I'm facilitating War on Debt webinars. I'm living life by design, not by default, like the rest of my other friends who are stuck in debt in their 20s. And not only that, I'm going to Thailand for the 3rd time this November. I'm working with women and children rescued from the sex trafficking. So I don't know about you, but all I know is if you want to have better relationships with your friends and family, you want to increase your value at your work, you want to expand and grow your business, get more done in less time, I urge you, sit on your seats, pull out your pen and paper, turn off your phone, lean forward and hold on to every single word that Dani says, because this will change your life.
This is the Dani Johnson Show.
All right, so there's a great available bachelor in Alberta, Canada. He sounds like he's doing pretty good. He's looking for a woman, wants to do charity, wants to travel the world with her, wants to have children with her. How does he find her? I know that right now there's a woman going, I'm right here. You know what, Daryl? There's a lot of women who are looking for men just like you. There is.
Heck yeah.
There is. There really is. You're not the guy that wants to sit on the couch watching football all day with your bag of potato chips and your 6-pack of Bud Light. Sounds like you're more of a motivated kind of feller who actually has a heart for the poor and wants to see the world. Like, you're like a dream guy, okay? So, but let's talk about this. What kind of business do you have?
I currently have an electrical contracting business in Calgary.
Okay, so you have which means you make great money, and there's always going to be a need for you. You're not going to be replaced by a robot eventually. This is a job that is always going to exist. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's definitely going to exist for a long time. All right, so as with your business, when you first started, did you have to spend some time going out and meeting people to try to get new customers?
When I first started apprenticing, yes, I had to make a list of like employers to hire me now, and now it's looking for new customers too, which is always an interesting process.
Yes. So guess what? That's exactly how you were going to do this Find My Wife thing. Exact same way. So I want you to make a list of every single person that you know. Okay? Every person that you've ever met, I want you to make a list. There's 2 things that are going to come out of this list. 1, customers for your electrical business, and 2, your wife is inside that list. You're like, what? No, she is. She's in the list. I'll tell you why. Because it's not about who is on the list, but it's who knows the people on the list. So, for example, Bob. You're going to call Bob. Bob, man, it's been a long time since we talked. How are you? How's the wife? How's the kids? What you been up to? Right? Hey, Bob, I'm wondering, you got a good life. I'm just wondering, who do you know that is looking for a bachelor to be married to? Who would you know? What woman woman would you might know, single woman, would you or your wife might know that is looking for a man who wants to travel the world together, that would like to donate to charity together, that might want to help to build a business together, that might be able to own a home together and have children together? Oh, ask him that question. Listen, come up with a list of 2,000 people. Social scientists say that you know 2,000 people by the time you are 20 years old. So come up with a long list. Do not prejudge anyone on that list, because every person on that list knows 2,000 people you do not know. In addition to asking that question, ask the second question. And by the way, do you know of anybody that is looking for a solid, honorable, fair contractor who is hard working and willing to get the job done quickly and efficiently, and that this person who hires this contractor is going to feel really, really good about the relationship they have with their electrical contractor? Do you know of anyone who needs an electrician? Ask those two questions. You're going to end up with leads. These are your acquaintances, friends, or family members. So these are great questions to ask. But first, when you call them, find out how they're doing. Find out what their needs are. Find out how the kids are going and everything that's going on. And then you ask these two questions. And you pitch it the same way that I just gave it to you. You're going to end up with referrals and or leads. I'm going to tell you a story. There's another guy that I know from Canada. In fact, I'm not sure, but I think he might be from the same area. He came down to our training seminar called First Steps to Success, and he was just like you. He's like, he was an IT guy. I want to get married. I'm looking for a wife. I said this same exact thing from the stage. I was giving a marketing and sales training, and I proved how it worked for finding a spouse. He did exactly what I just told you, plus a few other things, because we teach some communication skills and marketing and sales skills in there. So he used the entire formula. I just gave you 1 out of 15 things that are inside the formula. He applied it. Guess what happened? He got married that year. He's been married for several years. In fact, I did their wedding.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I might know that guy.
You think? So then you might want to do what he did, because it absolutely works. And this time next year, you're going to be the married guy, inspiring everybody else. In fact, maybe I'll have you back on the show with you and your wife.
Heck yeah.
All right, dude. Get it done. Get married in 2018. All right, we got Naphtali. I love that name, from Tennessee. Naphtali, welcome to the show. What a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a cousin named Naphtali.
Really?
I do. It's actually my husband's cousin, but it's all the same.
Wow,
all right, girl. What about you? Do you want Daryl's phone number?
Sure. I think we're a little bit, several thousand miles away, but he sounds like a good guy.
You might like Canada. He might like Tennessee. Stranger things have happened. Exactly. You never know. Okay, so what about you? You're going to move from whining about being single to finding your man.
I'm working on it, yes.
What does that mean?
I've been trying online dating sites.
Mm-hmm.
I had one serious relationship a few years ago from that, but I've really been off and on, and it's only been the past couple weeks I signed back onto the dating site, and I've been more serious about it and been spending probably 5 or 6 hours a week on there trying to message 5 or 6 new people every week.
Mm-hmm. What site are you on?
Zoosk.
It's called what?
Zoosk. It was the one with like the highest ratings when I just Googled it.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my recommendation would be the same. I wouldn't just use one, right? Let's not just use one. What do you do for a living?
I'm a musician.
Oh, nice. Okay. And where do you play?
I'm a church organist, and I also give piano and violin lessons.
Okay. And do you go to people's homes to do those lessons, or do the kids come to your house?
The kids come to, I work for a studio where the kids come, and I also have kids come to my studio.
Okay, cool. How big is the town that you live in?
Oh, it's a good size. It's a couple thousand I mean, we're big enough for a Walmart and.
Oh, that's a good size. That's a good size. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's probably more than 2,000. I don't think Walmart goes to towns of 2,000. Okay. So would you like to grow your client base and find your man at the same time?
Yeah, that'd be great.
You would?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Because of your line of work, this would be a really important thing to focus on. I want you to get involved in your community. All right. Now, I see that you go to church. That's one place where there are some people. Sometimes that's a good source. Sometimes it's not. Usually the singles groups inside of churches are, let's just say anemic. And pretty much everyone feels the same way about that I've ever met anyway. But I want you to get involved in your community. I want you to find out what different types of functions are going on inside of your community. You are a single woman. You have a lot of time on your hands. And if you get involved with different charitable organizations inside of your community, as well as the different functions, like the county has different things that go on. Like in ours, we have a chalk walk festival every year, right? So this is where artists come and they draw on the ground and just with chalk. And so like the whole street is just paved with beautiful artistry. So I don't know if they have that kind of thing in your town, but I want you to maybe go online. I'm sure that the local newspaper they have a website, or I want you to start looking at bulletin boards. I want you to start looking at different charitable functions that are going on, even getting involved in the theater inside of your town. If there's a theater, if there's a live community theater, that's another great place where people seem to gather around. And those are all artsy kind of people. Even car shows. Do you understand? Car shows, the farmer's market. Do you understand? And I want you to position yourself, even rent a booth in some of those places, because a lot of people turn out to those farmers markets, and a lot of times they're generally interested in arts and music. Anybody that has to do with growing even their own food, that usually tends to be around the language arts kind of flair, if you will, because I'm assuming that you probably want to meet someone that loves music, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what I would say is put yourself into the community, and I want you to start growing a list of people that you're going to meet on a weekly basis by getting involved with the community. Two things are going to happen. You're going to find new clients for giving lessons to, and your guy could be out in the community. He could be also a community person. He could be a language arts kind of a man. Even the car shows, because again, that is artistic, right? So get involved with whatever's going on, even stuff that has to do with kids, believe it or not, because there's young men that actually like to mentor kids. Even if you're getting involved with mentoring programs inside of your community, just look at every possible thing that's going on inside of your community and get involved in it. That's going to put your beautiful self out there physically to meet more people. Do you understand?
Okay. Yep.
And do the same exact thing that I told Daryl to do. Make a list. Make a list of every single contact that you've ever made and do the same thing. You're going to call. You're going to see how they're doing, right? You're going to build relationship with your friends, acquaintances, people you haven't talked to in a long time, or people that you talked to last week, and ask those two important questions. Who do you know? Who is looking for? And then explain yourself. A woman who is, and then give the list, as well as music lessons. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
If you know someone who is single and feeling hopeless about marriage, call them right now and tell them to listen. Dani has 100 million reasons not to give up. Next.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. The most common question I get usually are from people who are trying to juggle their life. They've got kids who are involved in all kinds of activities. They've got business or their job, finances, trying to get out of debt, plus all their church activities and all the volunteer activities. And they're pulling their hair out going, how do I juggle this all? Man, I once lived just like that until I learned Time Secrets. Time Secrets showed me how to be able to cut my hours from 100 hours a week that I was working down to 20 hours a week and tripled my income as a direct result with what I learned. Time Secrets also showed me how to get my priorities in order, which healed up my marriage. And I became a mother that I was proud of versus becoming the mother I didn't want to be. And so if you feel like your world is running around in all kinds of different circles, you can fix that. Call 888-757-8880. Again, 888-757-8880 for Time Secrets.
Did you know you can see Dani Johnson live and in person? Go to DaniJohnson.com and find out about our next live event. First Steps to Success. Register today. Call 866-760-8255 or go to DaniJohnson.com/FSTS.
After plugging into First Step Success, I was able to get started in business. That business became profitable extremely quickly, generating $15,000 in 30 days after that training event, $70,000 that first year. That business went on to allow me to be able to leave my nursing career behind. My second year did $120,000. I've been building that same business over the past 10 years. We've made millions of dollars in income. I've been able to live a life that I never thought was possible, and I truly believe that it wouldn't have been possible without First Step to Success.
We gained the tools that we needed to really pay off debt and just get our life on track in every way. And in 14 months, we paid off over $62,000 in debt, which just blew our mind. We thought it wasn't possible. We got hope back. Our marriage was saved. We became alive.
After finding Dani Johnson and First Steps to Success, I have the most amazing marriage now. And my kids, they're honorable and respectful, and I'm able to motivate them to do their best. We've paid off over $80,000 worth of debt in just 14 months without increasing our income at all.
I got registered for my first event at First Steps to Success, and my life literally changed. I started a business with no business experience, made $30,000 my first year working under 20 hours a week, and I made $100,000 the next year without increasing my hours. I made $40,000 in the last 4 weeks alone, and I've paid off all the $80,000 in student loan debt while also donating over 15 grand and starting 2 additional companies. So I don't know about you, all I know is that if you have even the smallest desire to make more money in less time, while also being able to help people and have fun at the same time, you have to get yourself registered for the next event. It will change your life. What are you waiting for? Get yourself registered today.
Dani was able to teach me skills and abilities and talents that not just salvaged my business, turning it into a dynamic company, but restored my marriage. Today, we paid over $500,000 of our debt off. We're completely debt-free. I have a business that last year ranked in the top 15% of the entire industry in what we do. And I have a marriage that is rocking on fire.
After the second day of her event, we figured out where all our money was going. We got ourselves out of debt in 3 months. We paid off $18,000 worth of debt and are completely debt-free. And now we've finally created a life of our dreams. We've made a 6-figure business, and we're just doing everything that we want. So if you're thinking about coming to First Steps to Success, you've got to make it happen. Sign up right now and make sure you don't miss it.
The way you look at things is about to change. And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Do you want to be single for the rest of your life? Nah. There's only actually 12% of the singles that are out there that want to be single for the rest of their life. That's probably not you. Check this out. There are 110.6 million singles who want to get married. That's according to CBS News. Can you believe that? More than half are actively aspiring to get married. That's crazy. So that's like, 60 million? Yeah, 55 million. 55 million people to choose from. And you can't find a date? What's wrong with you? Listen. You are not going to have the person you want to be married to just fall out of the heavens and land on your lap. It's not how it works. It's not. In fact, if we look back to the beginning of time, there was a lot of arranged marriages. Do you have any idea all the work that goes into an arranged marriage? There's a whole lot of prospecting that goes on, Fran. And now here we are. We're sitting here stuck going, okay, I hope the person finds me. We're talking about today, you successfully getting married in 2018. That's what we're talking about today. If you ended 2017 single and whining, then 2018, something's got to change, friend. It's got to change. You got to stop your whining. You got to get a strategy. You got to get a strategy so that you can find who you're looking for specifically. And you need to be specific about it. So we are going to the phones. We got some people that are wanting to know, how do I find this person? All right. So we've got Lorraine from Montana. Beautiful Montana. Montana is gorgeous. Are you freezing up there?
Yes, very cold. So much snow right now.
Terrible. Yep. Okay. All right, girlfriend. What's your question about getting married in 2018?
Okay. So I've been seeing this guy for about 3 or 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And, he is my best friend.
Are you sleeping with him? Are you sleeping with him?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Him and I have a really strong intellectual connection.
Uh-huh. And now you have a sexual one, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But recently he told me that he didn't really feel like there's chemistry between us.
Ooh.
And he said that there was at the beginning, and I've dated a little bit more than he has, and I was trying to kind of explain to him that, to me, all of the other things are way more important.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I didn't want to discount the way he was feeling or tell him, he's wrong.
Right.
And I'm kind of curious, what your take is on that. How do you feel that, quote unquote, chemistry plays into, a long-term, forever relationship?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, first of all, here's where I think that maybe if you move on, that you might want to change your strategy. He already got all his curiosity totally solved. He got everything he needed to get because you got into bed with the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, when that happens, there's no respect. And respect breeds chemistry for a man.
Mm.
So if you allowed him to enter your body, it was a sign that you didn't respect yourself enough. And it was also a sign that he didn't respect you enough. And for a man, respect has to be really, it's the highest thing. It's the highest, most important thing. And so when a man is with a woman who does not respect herself, then he kind of loses interest in her. But a man is challenged by a woman who respects herself, because if she can respect herself, she can respect him too. So because you guys kind of went too deep, no pun intended, but because you went too deep too fast, all the curiosity's blown and all the cards have already been shown. And so they's kind of lost the curiosity. There's no curiosity there anymore. And so this is what I would say moving forward. Do I think chemistry is important? Yes. Has there been times in Hans and my marriage where there was none? Oh, hello. The only chemistry we had for many, many, many times in our marriage, for many seasons in our marriage, was toxic chemistry. It was atomic bombs was the chemistry that we had. But chemistry largely comes from respect. That's what creates this wonder, this elation, this excitement to be with each other, is because we make each other feel so special and so important. But we can't make somebody feel special and important if we don't respect ourselves and we don't respect them. And so respect and honor is a huge, huge thing. See, I'm pretty sure that he's been able to take a few women to bed. And so, again, curiosity solved. There's nothing special about her if she is willing to do what all the other women did. So now you end up in the category with the other girls. You don't want to be in the category with the other girls, do you?
So...
Answer the question. Real simple, yes or no?
Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to work through this. You're saying that all relationships that are healthy, where a man does feel chemistry, the woman didn't sleep with him for a while?
I'm saying, not for a while. I'm saying that I am very familiar with some incredibly strong relationships where the chemistry is there because of self-respect. And the common denominator is that they did not have sex before they got married. And so therefore they're starting from a platform of honor, like really strong honor and really strong respect. So you didn't answer my question. Everybody else is sleeping with their guy after a couple of weeks or a couple of months. This is why the guy then goes, okay, well, she's like everybody else. If you want to stand out and be different, then you say, no go, dude. Ain't happening. I ain't giving my body over until the one that I'm going to marry. And that sends a totally different message. That doesn't send the message of you're a prude. That sends a message that say, hey, I'm looking for my special dude. And my special dude is going to honor some boundaries. My special dude is going to have respect for himself and respect for me. That's what that's communicating. I'm not talking about being religious. I'm talking about not being like every other girl. That's what I'm talking about. And if you want to stand out, then you got to do what they are not willing to do. Everybody else, me included. Do you hear me, Lorraine? I slept with a lot of people, honey. Mine and Hans's relationship started with he knocked on the door, I grabbed him by the shirt, and I threw him on the bed, okay? There was no respect at all. None. And our relationship had no respect until, I would say, the last 4 years of our marriage. And that was after so many years of so much pain and working through so much crap. You don't want that relationship. You want the relationship that he and I have now. You do not want the relationship that we started with. So I was like every other girl.
That's kind of what I'm trying to get to, you know. I do have my boundaries, and I don't just sleep with anyone, you know, but at the same time, I'm an atheist, so I don't have the same, you know.
No. I told you this is not about religion. This is not about religion. This is about self-respect. That's what it's about.
And I do feel like they have that self-respect, and so that's why I'm just kind of asking your opinion on the chemistry. But yeah, I appreciate
I bet if we had some guys listening right now and they heard this conversation about respect and that a woman, how does she show that she respects herself and how he feels respected if she is saying, it's a no-go, dude. Not until I know for sure that you're the one I'm going to marry, and I won't know that until the day we exchange vows, baby. I don't care if it's at a courthouse. I don't care if it's next week. Do you understand? Has nothing to do with religion, has everything to do with you setting your body apart and you setting your emotions apart, you setting your life apart to where that guy goes, there is something really different about this girl. I got to have her because she's not like the rest. Make sense?
Okay.
So that's a certain kind of chemistry. That's a certain kind of chemistry that keeps him guessing, which is really, really good. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
The next segment might just change your life. This is The Dani Johnson Show.
I just heard this amazing story. One of our clients had written us telling us that they had used job domination and unlimited success and has absolutely exploded their career. He said, Dani, I don't know where I'd be today without job domination and unlimited success. Listen, do you want more recognition from your coworkers? Do you want to be recommended to people all over the world? Do you want to be somebody that is highly sought after? Listen, if you're in a dead-end place where this gentleman found himself, but then learned new strategies and changed everything in his work life, and obviously this has resulted in higher bonuses and pay raises, you're next. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of Job Domination right now. 888-757-8880. Again, 888-757-8880. Job domination. That's what you need. It's time for you to dominate the job market and break through the rut that you're in.
More resources, more training, more results. The DaniJohnson.com Insider Membership is your ultimate success shortcut. Get exclusive access to reports, videos, audios, ebooks, cheat sheets, and other training for your personal and professional life. This is truly DaniJohnson.com's best kept secret. Become an Insider member today and get on the fast track to success.
You want to succeed, right? But you do not want to fail God at the same time. There is a way to succeed from a biblical perspective, and it's far greater than anything you could ever imagine. Over 500 scriptures I studied to study money, everything that the Bible said about money. That's in the first couple chapters of Spirit-Driven Success. Not to mention leadership, working with people, growing a career, being used mightily in the marketplace, which is where Abraham, God used him in the marketplace. And Joseph, God used him in the marketplace. Moses, God used him in the marketplace. Daniel, Solomon, really all of the greats of faith, most of the greats of faith throughout the Bible, They all were in the marketplace, and God wants to show you how you can be used mightily by Him in the marketplace. Right here, Spirit-Driven Success is where all of my notes are on how you can do that. 888-757-8880. Again, 888-757-8880. Get your copy of Spirit-Driven Success today. The whole story of how I went from homeless to millions is right here in this book, First Steps to Wealth. I'd love to give you a free copy of this book. Just dial 888-757-8880. You can get your free copy of this book. It's like a real book, my friend. You can get an ebook copy for free right now, or if you'd like to pay the shipping to get this $15 book to your house, I'd be happy to send it to you. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of First Steps to Wealth today and begin on a brand new path of some great success.
Helping you become all you were meant to be. And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Hey, just like anything in life, we got to work for it. And we've got to have a plan. There's got to be a strategy. And if you want to shine different than everybody else, then you got to find out what everybody else is doing and do the exact opposite. You don't ever want to be in the bucket with all of them, whoever them is. Do you understand what I'm saying? Today, we're talking about getting you married in 2018. I don't know if you found today's program to be helpful and beneficial or not. If it was, then please do this. Share it. Come on, freely you have received this information. You didn't pay for this program. So what I want you to do is freely share it with somebody else. Even if you're married, you have friends or family members, or even acquaintances who are just racking their head going crazy every night. Some of them are crying. Some of them are lonely. Some people are so lonely that they're depressed and even on antidepressants because they feel like there's no hope for them ending up in a marriage that is healthy and fruitful and wonderful. And it takes work to make it that, trust me. So anyway, do somebody else a favor and help to change their life by simply sharing this. You can share this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find the link at our website, DaniJohnson.com. And by the way, this is what I have to tell you. I have seen some of the most incredible relationships get birthed out of First Steps to Success, our training seminar that's coming up. Okay, you got to get there. You got to get there. I don't care where it is you are in the world. Jump on a plane and get here now. You've got to experience it. You've got to experience being in a room full of like-minded individuals, a supportive community, a pivotal experience that puts you on a completely different path. There's no better way than for you to start off the year than to start it off right with a First Steps to Success. And you'll learn if you're wanting to get married, you just may meet that person right at that event. I've seen that happen dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Okay, not only will you have the chance to meet that person there, but you also will be able to, if you're in a relationship with someone now, you're going to be able to decipher whether or not you should continue in that relationship and whether or not this is the right fit for you. Because you're going to discover who you are at First Steps to Success. You're going to discover who the others are that are in your life, what motivates you, what motivates them, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and what theirs are, and how to be able to mold those things together. You're going to learn how to manage your finances. You're going to become such a highly marketable and highly desired person because you're going to have strategies in your hands that are so simple, a third grader can follow these. So you're going to get your finances in track. You're going to get your health in track. You're going to get your mind on track. You're going to get your heart on track. You're going to have everything pushing you in the right direction to where now you're going to cherry pick. Boom. Yes. Well, I'm not sure. Okay. You're going to cherry pick who it is that you want to spend the rest of your life with. So don't miss this chance. Get to First Steps to Success now. Go to the website, DaniJohnson.com. Click on events right now. Do it. Do it right now. By the way, if it's your first time joining us, we've got a gift for you. It's called First Steps to Wealth. This copy is yours, baby. You can get your copy right now. You can download a free copy digitally right on the website, DaniJohnson.com, or you can call the office, 866-760-8255. You pay the shipping, we'll pay for the book. That's it for us today. God bless you. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.
If this episode was an encouragement to you, go to DaniJohnson.com and share it with your friends now. You never know who else needs to hear it. This has been the Dani Johnson Show. Join us every weekday at 7 a.m. for more insights that will help you get to the life you've always wanted.